War Monument Chapter, Disabled American Veterans Post 108, members of the American Legion Post 90, Veterans of Foreign Wars, League Post 8463, Military Order of the Purple Heart, Vietnam Veterans of America Fire Base 594, Pearl Harbor Survivors, the Paul Ison Marine Regiment, Cape Coral Police Department, Cape Coral Fire Department, Lee County EMS, proud men and women to keep us safe in Lee County, the Sheriff's Department, all our educators of our system, the Southwest Florida Military Museum Library, the Korean War Veterans Chapter 155, the Southwest Florida Destroyer Escort Sailors Association, Bar-Based Mariners, Southwest Florida 1013 Club, men and women of the Cop Shop, all our honorable elected officials, our true citizens of Southwest Florida, the park rangers that keep our parks safe for us, our future leaders, and last but not least, AMVETS Post 65 of Cape Coral. I wish to give a small fact about our veterans. According to the U.S. Bureau of Census in 2013, there are 19.6 million disabled veterans in the United States, plus 1.6 million disabled female veterans. In Lee County alone, as of April 2015, we boast over 64,000 living veterans calling here home. They each have stories to tell. The crosses at Normandy, the markers at Punchbowl, Acres of Honor in Hawaii, the tombs at Arlington, the fallen heroes who rest in places unknown. From our founding revolution to today's global war on terrorism, nearly 1 million men and women in the armed forces have sacrificed their lives while defending America in time of war. 70 years ago, Americans were still celebrating their victories in the European theater, a triumph that came at an enormous price. But that celebration was tempered with the determination and sacrifice that still lay ahead, as Americans and their allies were engaging the Japanese in ferocious fighting on the Pacific island of Okinawa. One such American was Dale M. Hansen, a 19-year-old from Wisner, Nebraska. At 5'9" and 141 pounds, Private Hansen was far from being the biggest Marine in his reserve unit. But he fought like a giant, as Marines do. He landed on Okinawa with his unit on Easter 1945. At a critical stage of action on 7 May, Private Hansen crawled to an exposed position where he used a rocket launcher to destroy a strategically located enemy pillbox. After his weapon was destroyed by enemy fire, he seized the rifle and continued a one-man assault and opened fire on 6 Japanese soldiers, killing 4 before his rifle jammed. He fought off the 2 remaining Japanese soldiers with the butt of his rifle, returned for cover, then advanced again with another weapon and some grenades. Private Hansen proceeded to destroy a strong mortar position and annihilate 8 more enemy soldiers. For his actions of 7 May, his parents would later receive his Medal of Honor. For while Private Hansen survived the heroic actions that earned him the medal and the enduring respect and gratitude of the American people, he was killed by a Japanese sniper just 4 days later after his amazing display of combat valor. Private Hansen, like so many other defenders of freedom, is forever young. Army Specialist Brittany Gordon, a lifelong resident of St. Petersburg, Florida, lived a life of service. In the Tampa Bay Times, her mother, Brenda, recalled a letter that her little girl wrote to the tooth fairy. Dear Tooth Fairy, would you please leave the tooth under the bed and I will return it the next night? P.S. I want to take it to my school and share it with my friends. That just speaks volumes to who she was, her mother stated. Specialist Brittany Gordon was among a group who on 13 October 2012 were ambushed in Kandahar, Afghanistan. She lost her life when a terrorist detonated a suicide vest. Brittany was a shining light, her cousin remembered. Like Private Hansen, Specialist Brittany Gordon is forever young. The numbers of fallen heroes are not just statistics. They are real people with real families who live in real communities. We can best honor their sacrifice by remembering their families who have lost so much. Long after the battlefield guns have been silenced and the bombs stop exploding, the children of our fallen warriors will still be missing a parent. Spouses will be without life partners. Parents will continue to grieve for their heroic sons and daughters that died way too early. As American citizens, we need to be there for them. Nobody can replace these foreign heroes, especially in the eyes of their families. But we can offer shoulders to cry on, assistance with educational expenses, and assurance that their loved ones' sacrifice will not be forgotten. In downtown Cape Coral, many of our fallen veterans are honored at the Southwest Florida Military Museum Library. Americans must remember that freedom isn't free. In fact, it's only possible because of our fallen heroes have paid its highest price. A price paid which enables us to have ceremonies and observances like this in towns across this great nation. While exceptional valor and sacrifice have occurred in all of America's wars, we did not always honor our fallen with a day dedicated to their honor. In fact, the first Memorial Day was not called Memorial Day. It is believed they have been celebrated with a parade of freed slaves and Union soldiers marching through Charleston, South Carolina in 1865. Waterloo, New York is considered the official birthplace of Memorial Day because after it was observed there on 5 May 1866, General John Murray and General John A. Logan called on all communities to honor the Lord dead every year. Logan had been impressed with how the South had honored the fallen Confederate soldiers for years. In 1868, Logan, the head of a prominent veterans group called the Grand Army of the Republic, issued a proclamation that Decoration Day be observed nationwide. The date chosen was 30 May, specifically because it was not on an anniversary of a battle. Still, some communities did not want to honor Decoration Day because of lingering resentments from the Civil War. The alternative name, Memorial Day, wasn't commonly used until World War II. Federal law recognized the holiday as Memorial Day in 1967. As the unofficial beginning of the summer, let us never lose focus of what Memorial Day means. It is not about the beaches, picnics, or auto races. It is a day to remember. It is a day for us to remember the promise President Lincoln made to care for him who shall have won the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. Remembering our fallen once a year is not enough. Gold Star mothers, widows, widowers, fathers, and children remember every day. The empty seat at the dinner table, the smaller gathering on Thanksgiving, and the voice of a loved one heard only as a distant memory in one's mind are constant reminders that they are gone. As proud American veterans, we have always shown great pride in our nation's fallen heroes and unwavering support for those that America sends in harm's way. We owe it to the heroes that died and the loved ones left behind to make sure that their sacrifices are remembered and that their service to this nation are always honored. Real people, real stories. In closing, I wish to quote a small, powerful oration by the late Father Dennis Edward O'Brien, chaplain, United States Marine Corps. And I quote, "It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to demonstrate. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. And it is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag. May God bless them all. May God bless these United States of America. And to all of you, my brother veterans, welcome home."